Okay, good morning everyone, this is Sandra, and today I'll be the presenter, to be the first presenter, and my topic is the effects of the total physical response by storytelling and the traditional teaching style of foreign language listening at school. Right?
Slow it down a little bit.
Okay. And this study is presented, is studied by the Kiyuki, and Koshi, and the paper it was presented at the annual conference of the Mid-South Education Research Association in Tennessee. Okay, and my contents include 6 parts: purpose, literature review, methodology and procedures, results of discussion, and conclusion of also my reflections and the rest. And the purpose of this study is to examine the effects of the total physical response by storytelling. We focus on storytelling and the traditional teaching style of the foreign language in the selected high school. I hope you can understand these two styles of the teaching is different. And in the literature review, we can see the following. It says the theory of multiple intelligence creation. He believed that the concept of intelligence should be viewed from different perspectives other than only intelligence quotient. It means people, we have many different intelligence, not only on the IQ, right? And the theory of multiple intelligence is based on the question. Okay, is intelligence quotient the only concept of intelligence? And my answer is actually no. Yeah, positive, because it will form the theory of multiple intelligences, and in the theory are 7 main intelligences, like our body emotions and our interpersonal and our visual space. And these ways are all people's perceptions of the learning environment. And next comes the first is the linguistic intelligence. It's like it starts at the infancy period, our childhood. Right? It's called infancy babble. And what is infancy babble? It sounds like a child. It says the first word maybe is daddy, dada, or mama, right? And then when they grow up, their sentence will be more complicated. Like when I get up and I'm no one to go to sleep, more and more. So this is happening in our real life. So issues of learning at various ages, because it's very different. I want you all to keep this in your mind because it's very natural teaching way. You can see, we have 2 groups of the ages from 5 to 11, and the other one is ages from over 11. And the first one is questioning which one will questioning more grammar usage to use. This is the negative part, and your answer maybe is over 11. And which group will focus on the fluency of conversation, do you think? I think the answer would be, sorry. Do you agree? And then next, the earlier to adopt rules of a foreign language, the harder to learn. Do you think so? Okay. And finally, which one would be carefree and not worried to make mistakes, do you think? Good 1 or good 2 or plus 1, right? Okay. I want to keep it, actually keep it in your mind. Very natural teaching way. And this is a review we will have another. So here comes a strategy for teaching real life applications. That is called total physical response by storytelling, stated by Laurent in 2006. And actually the TBS includes 2 parts, not just one. Because the first part is TBR, and the next one is storytelling. And TBR was developed in the 1960s and 1970s by James Usher, and the TBR and storytelling was created in the 1980s and the 1990s. I hope you to get concept. And next, the TBR is, what can TBRs do? You can create a stress-free learning style, just like a kid's learning style is very natural. They don't have the press. And then it's also a method to let the learners to learn the conversation skills and get to understand the target language. And it also is the very natural conversation, because conversation, it happens, you can use it in your everyday life by any people of any age to express themselves. And the roles of the teacher in the class, you have to be very excited and positive to teach students, like taking vocabulary, because when you are teaching vocabulary, you have to be with the students as a whole to create the gestures or motions based on according to the related to the vocabulary. And when you learn the words, teacher will ask personalized questions based on the gestures and motions, right, to keep students concentrated. And then the last part and the most important is the mini storytelling. Right? It will be dramatized by the teacher and be acted out with the students. Okay? And this circle will keep students and teachers also be excited and positive. And also the students is as well, just like teachers, because they have to pay attention and participate in the class discussions, and then they have to remain their toes on the teacher's spot, because teacher will anytime or you also have to respond very quickly. And then they will have the attendance for word pronunciation and word association, which have to create gestures and motion, right? And then the most important, is being creative in the process to the stories. Okay. And the roles of the teachers and students in the traditional foreign language, always focus on the four skills, right? Okay, hearing, speaking, writing, listening, learning the accent from the teacher tag and speaking, asking students to read aloud and practicing the pronunciation, only that, alright, and reading sentences along with the teacher's questions. And the rest part will practice the test writing skills, so it's very one-way teaching. It's a drill. And methodology and procedures, we will have 30 students randomly selected from a total 60 students in the Spanish classroom, classroom 1. And we will also maintain the permission from all the 30 students. It has to be. And then randomly divided into two groups, control group and the experimental group. In the experimental group, over 15 students taught using TBRS, it's 1 unit. Okay, and the other 15 students were using the traditional method with a unit, including vocabulary and grammar. And then this course will last for 1 week. Okay. And nonetheless, we have a test containing matching the vocabulary words and the translation of sentences. So we get the daytime to do the data analysis. Okay. All right. And the result, we will have two research questions. One is there a difference between test scores when students taught using TBRs and using the traditional methods? And the answer is yes, because you see the p-value is less than 0.5. 0.05. Okay, so the results show the significant difference between the test scores. And also we have the last and the second research questions. Is there a difference between the vocabulary test scores for students when they are taught using TBRs and traditional methods? And the answer also is answered again, right? Is less than 0.05. So the results indicate a significant differences. And in conclusion, this literature review shared both the effects of the TBRs and TDS and foreign language students at high school. But the effects are different, you see that. Right? And my reflection is the treatment TBRS. And what do you think about that? The only factor that affect the result of the study. So according to that, I will have 4 questions in sampling. How do they sample the students? And next is the students' expectation. Because they are asked to volunteer to join the test, right? The study. So maybe they originally have the high expectation of the test. On the other side, how about the reluctant students? If we pull them into the study, what's the result? It will be different. And next is the questionnaire, because we see in the study it says students have the high motivation, but we cannot tell because they do not have any questionnaire. And the last one is the treatment duration just 1 week. Do you think it's long enough? Right. So this is my presentation. How do you get the point? And if you have
what is that?
questions.